slightly damaged, slightly used Brabham.
Yes, Francois Hainaut, who drove for Ligier last year, has not yet shone in the Brabham. And in the pits is one of the Rams. See John McDonnell bending over the car. And we are now on lap 10 out of 70 as De Angelis has got Prost and Alboreto right behind him.
Yes, I think the back marker was holding them up a little bit, and that's given Prost and Alboreto the chance to close out. So now we've got a three-car battle for second place.
And we are on lap 10 out of 70. Senna leading, well clear of the field. But now Prost has closed up on De Angelis, thanks to Baldi getting in their way, and Alboreto is right with them. So it's a three-car scrap for second position, De Angelis, Prost and Alboreto.
It was interesting there seeing the three of them take that corner, because Prost the Lotus and Ferrari both went right to the outside. Now when the track is wet like this, the conventional line is not necessarily the best, because it may have a bit more rubber and oil, and for me, he's beginning to look a little bit hungry. He's now definitely looking for a way round De Angelis.
As they come up on and past Ginzani in the Osella, and as I said earlier on, Prost and Alboreto have got this extra problem of the spray. They're doing about 185 miles an hour down the straight. De Angelis can see very much better than Prost can, and Alboreto, of course, is in the worst position of all. And where is Alboreto? He's dropped back a bit. Prost has broken clear of Alboreto. Prost in third position in the red and white McLaren, and there is Martini, who has spun yet again. This young Italian, who in the opinion of a lot of people should not really be in Formula One, is an ex-European Formula 3 competitor, and tried to drive the Tolman last year unsuccessfully, and he hasn't shone in the new Minardi. But Prost is certainly shining, so is De Angelis, looking coolly in his mirror. That is Philippe Alliot walking in, so he is definitely out of the race. As we know, are Riccardo Patrese and Francois Hainaut. We are on lap 11, the race order. Leading Senna, second the man you are looking at, De Angelis, third Prost, fourth Alboreto, fifth Niki Lauda, and Derek Warwick has already been lapped by Ayrton Senna. Derek Warwick in sixth position. In seventh position is Warwick's teammate Patrick Thornbay. In eighth position it is Eddie Cheever in the Alfa Romeo. And there's a problem down there on the corner. It's the Minardi. It's Martini's Minardi on the course. They'll have to get that out of the way. It's right on the racing line. And Prost now is closing. Is he going to go through and take De Angelis in second place?
Well, he had a good look there, but as Murray just said, it is a big problem following another car with the spray, because your visibility is quite restricted. You see there De Angelis is moving to the inside of the track to try and make Prost go the long way around, but I think he might have made a mistake. Well, De Angelis is certainly not going to make it easy for Prost. Prost is going to earn his money getting around De Angelis, and look at that spray. You see now, De Angelis, Prost rather, is driving almost blind when they go onto the wetter parts of the track. And in fact, what you do is you literally have to look sideways for geographical points. Big slide there by De Angelis, but he's holding the car very well indeed. But you have to look sideways for geographical points on the side of the track just to know where on earth you are.
Alain Prost, last year's winner, which clinched the World Championship for him by half a point. Elio De Angelis was fifth last year, and that is Mauro Baldi coming into the pit.
I would suggest that to try to understand just what it's like following right behind another car in the spray, I should explain to you, most people at home will know what it's like when you're following a lorry on a motorway on a very wet day and you're 50 yards behind him. You're pretty much blinded by spray. Well, these tires are 5 times as wide as a lorry tire. They have no mud guards at all, and they're designed to pick up water in order to clear the track so that they can get at the actual track surface, and especially for it. So it's a lot worse than a lorry spray situation.
Yes, and of course, when you're driving down the motorway trying to pass a truck, you know you haven't got to brake for a corner at about 180 miles an hour. And Prost crowding right up on, he's showing De Angelis the nose of his car in De Angelis's mirrors all the time, and they have already lapped double world champion Nelson Piquet. That is how fast and aggressive this Portuguese Grand Prix is. Still with Senna leading, still with this battle for second position between Italian Elio De Angelis and his JPS Lotus. So the Renault engines JPS Lotus cars are in first and second places. Then this McLaren in third place of Alain Prost.
Yes, in the meantime, De Angelis, of course, is now more involved in looking behind him than where he's going, which inevitably slows the car a bit. He's having to drive defensively because of this assault from Prost. In the meantime, Ayrton Senna is taking it very nicely and steadily and now leads by some 14 seconds.
Lap 13, the order. Senna, De Angelis, Prost. Michele Alboreto is fourth, Lauda is fifth, Warwick is sixth, Hornby is seventh, Chiva is eighth, Mansell is ninth, coming up through the field well, Berger is in 10th position, Johansson is 11th, and Boutsen is in 12th position. And are still...
Well, we're staying with the motor racing, but just to tell you that we'll have the badminton horse trials for you at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's the show jumping stage, the final stage in the three-day event. That's at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And then at 5 o'clock, we'll have cycling, the Paris-Roubaix 265-kilometre race. That's at 5 o'clock this afternoon. We've also got some snooker for you fitted in between all of it. But now, let's continue with the Grand Prix.
Incidentally, I malign the unfortunate Derek Warwick, who has not, in fact, been lapped by the leaders, but is still in 6th position. And I was giving you the places. Boutsen is in 11th position. Johansson is 12th in the Ferrari after being pushed off by Patrese. Martin Brundle is in 13th position in his Tyrrell with its non-turbo engine. Behind him is his teammate Stefan Beloff. Then Nelson Piquet, who has been lapped, and you just saw that happen. Here is Piquet coming down the straight. Behind him is Niki Lauda, who's about to lap him. Lauda in 5th position. There is Derek Warwick in 6th place. And that's Tombe. There is Patrick Tombe, number 15 in the turbocharged V6 Renault. That's the one with the new engine. But still, the pacemaker, the racemaker, is Ayrton Senna. Patrick Tombe at least got some points in Brazil. He's got 2 of them, finishing in 5th position. Now, there is Prost, who's lapped Piquet there, and that is Tombe, number 15 in the Renault, who is in 7th position, just off the leaderboard behind his teammate, Derek Warwick. So the Renaults are much further up than people expected them to be. They've been working very hard on the cars since Brazil. They've made them lighter. As I said, Tombe has got the new engine. The handling is improving, but there's still a great deal of work to do, and that is the 6th position man, Derek Warwick. Warwick surges past Nelson Piquet. That may or may not be a comment on the different makes of cars that they're using, because Piquet is certainly one of the best, believed by many people to be the best driver still in the Grand Prix circuit, and Alain Prost has closed the gap again. He had dropped back. The battle for second place is being renewed. Elio De Angelis, who had increased the gap between himself and the red and white McLaren of Alain Prost, is seeing that gap diminished as the Frenchman closes up. But all the time, Ayrton Senna threading his way through the field as they come up to one of the Williams.
Yeah, Prost is definitely quicker than De Angelis if he could get a clear run, but overtaking is really so difficult. Prost, the big question mark though is going to be what Prost can do about Senna's big lead if and when he can get past De Angelis, because he's definitely being a little bit delayed.
Senna, as we look at De Angelis, is leading by 15 seconds now. And there is only a 7-second gap between